Tonight for dinner, Kevin and I are going to be reviewing the Gino's East of Chicago all-natural deep dish pizza. This is the sausage and pepperoni variety. It was $5.89 at Aldi. However, we did see these at Meijer as well, so you could get it at, if you don't have an Aldi, then they have it at Meijer. It has crumbled Italian sausage and pepperoni. We have reviewed 2 of these previously. One was an uncured pepperoni, one was a cheese. We baked both of those in the traditional bake, to where you preheat the oven and you basically bake it for however amount of time you're supposed to. This one, since we've already done the traditional bake twice, we said that the last one we needed to review, we would do the quick bake instructions. So that's what we're going to do. So you remove the frozen deep dish pizza and all the packaging. Fully preheat oven to 425, which I'm doing right now. You microwave it on high for 6 minutes. Let it stand for 1 minute, and then you only have to bake it. Instead of baking for like the full 40 or 50 minutes of the traditional bake, this one you only have to bake for 15 to 18 minutes because you microwaved it for 6 minutes. It does not say to put it on a plate in the microwave, but you know you have to, because you're not just going to put a loose pizza on your glass microwave plate. But I mean, you know you're not just going to set that in the microwave. So they did not tell you to put it on a plate, but I'm going to. So I'm removing all the packaging. I'm going to put it on this plate, and it's going to fit pretty well in the middle anyway of my plate. So microwave it for 6 minutes, and then I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to put it directly, I'll take it off of this with a spatula, and I'll put it directly on the rack in the oven for probably the full 18 minutes. Okay, Kevin's gonna cut it now. We have waited 5 minutes after removing it from the oven. It was a huge challenge getting it from the microwave, from the plate that we had it on, into the oven. But we can. You
would not have wanted to put it on just a plate.
No.
I mean, just the microwave.
No, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. So Kevin's gonna get this on a plate for us. So what I was saying is, I put it on a plate. It did not say to put it on a plate.
Yeah, it was like basically just stick it in the microwave.
However, if you had stuck that in the microwave just with nothing, just put it in the microwave, then you have it on your glass microwave plate.
If you have a carousel, assuming you have one.
What else would you have?
Sometimes the microwave just have the bottom of the microwave.
Oh,
it would have been even worse.
It would have been worse. So then you put it in there for 6 minutes. I was able to pull the plate out, but then you take a spatula and you try to take it off that plate, and it wants to tear apart because
break completely.
What it has done in the microwave is it has softened that entire crust. So it wanted to tear like a piece of soft cardboard. Yeah. It wanted to tear. So I had to take 2 spatulas
and like slide it in.
Slide it into the oven, yes, because you couldn't just pick it up and put it into the oven like I wanted to do. You had to slide it into the oven. So I personally would not recommend doing they're calling it the quick bake. I wouldn't recommend doing
unless
that.
you plan for that.
Because there's a lot of people, I'm just thinking, I know of some elderly people who would not do well with that at all. No. Who would be like, okay, how am I going to get this? Yeah. You know, it just would be awful.
It would be. If you had something flat that didn't have any edges to it, you might be able to just take it and slide it right off there. Yeah. But with the plate, it had edges. So. Yeah.
So anyway, 1/6 of the pizza, 152 grams, is 360 calories.
I really just want to see, is it hotter?
Exactly.
Because it was always, the first 2 times it's been cool, not cold, but cooler in the middle.
Right. Kevin and I are very funny about the temperature of food. We want our pizza hot. We want to have to blow on it because we want it hot. So,
It's a little warmer, but probably not.
I don't think it's any warmer at all.
It's definitely not enough to go to all that hassle. Tell you what, the amount of cheese they put in these is ridiculous.
I don't think it's any warmer at all, personally, but I think it's the same.
That piece definitely was. Yeah, so I don't think it's worth doing in the microwave.
I want to see if the crust is the same.
Was it soggy or anything? Mm-hmm. It seems like it.
I want to see if the back crust is any different doing it the quick way than the oven. I got a piece of that sausage. I do have to say I like the sausage. I think it has a good flavor to it.
Got a little spiciness to it.
No, it seemed to work. I mean, what they told you to do, it was quicker. It did bake. You know, as far as baking time, it did bake for only 18 minutes.
It didn't get any hotter though.
It's not watery at all. So let me tell you what the difference is though. The only difference I can point out. So the cheese pizza was not watery at all. The first one we baked. The second one we baked was very watery. It was the uncured pepperoni. And I wanted to keep my opinion to myself until we saw this one. This one is not watery at all. There's no wateriness on that plate at all. The difference is where we bought them. The cheese pizza and the sausage and pepperoni pizza were both bought at ALDI. The one that was the only one of the three that was very, very watery was bought at Meijer.
It might make a difference.
I'm wondering if a lot of times when these big box stores have things to go in the freezer, sometimes they sit out for a little while.
While they're stocking them.
While they're stocking them. They'll bring out, instead of bringing out an amount that is manageable to them to put up in a certain amount of time, like I can get this whole pallet of ice cream and everything put up
in 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes, they'll bring out a whole pallet of food and it'll sit out there while they're putting it up one item at a time. It'll sit out there for an hour. So I'm wondering if the ones that were bought at ALDI, if they weren't put up in a much more reasonable amount of time.
Could be.
And the one at Meijer didn't sit out for longer, and that's why it was watery.
Thawed out a little bit. And
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it wasn't the Gino's East Pizza's fault. So I'm thinking if we could have found that same one. ALDI only had 2 of the ones. They didn't have the uncured pepperoni. I'm thinking if we could have bought the uncured pepperoni at ALDI, it might not have been watery. So I just would hate for you to buy it if you could find it at ALDI or even at Meijer and it not do that to you. It might be because it didn't set out as long.
Could be.
So
I think the flavor of this one I probably like the best of any of them.
You like this one better?
Although the cheese one was really good. This one just adds a little more spice to it, whereas the cheese was a little more plain. This one has a little spice to it from the sausage. I like the crust. The crust is good. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it for sure. I think I would just do the oven bake from now on though. Not worry about doing the microwave thing.
Yeah, because
didn't make enough difference to deal with the hassle of it.
Right, for us it worked. It did work, so it's nice to know it does work. But it's just a struggle getting it from the microwave into your oven.
It is.
Without it falling apart.
I agree.
Out of the 3 that we tried, I also like this one the best.
Yeah. Did you say how many calories it was? I didn't know if you.
Yeah, 360 for a slice for 1/6. I agree. I like this one the best as well because I do like the flavor of that sausage. When we just did the pepperoni, I didn't think the pepperoni had much flavor at all. I still don't think the pepperoni has flavor.
No, it's a sausage.
It's the sausage. So you can really taste the sausage in there. It has a little bit of a spice to it. It's not hot or anything. So if you can't have heat, you would still be able to have it. It's not that kind of spicy. But it is like an Italian sausage kind of spice. But this one, yeah, would be my first pick, and then the cheese would be my second.
No, not 2.
And then the pepperoni, honestly, I would not get that one again at all, just because the pepperoni didn't have it. Even though it was watery, even if it hadn't have been watery, if it had been just like this one, the pepperoni just didn't have any flavor at all.
No. Not enough to justify adding a few more calories or whatever, just to rather have the cheese.
No, not at all.
I don't know about the calories, but just not even adding the pepperoni to it. I mean, just have the cheese, you get extra cheese.
Right, exactly, exactly. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you get the opportunity to try these.
Yeah, they're good.
And thanks for watching.